Hello, I'm Roy Whiffin, and this is Roy's rant again. And as I keep saying to you for the last couple of weeks, we're in need of you being very cognizant of the fact that we've got elections coming up for City Council. We've got District 1, 2 and 4, and District 3 is already in with no challengers. District 1, Mohammed Azaz, or as he calls himself, Jazz, young man, against Steve Porter, an incumbent who's been there, I think, 6 years now. I think this is his last year. But anyway, District 2, David Gourmet, and this is the vacancy for Miss Tutti Frutti, against Nashad Kamali, and the lady that's running for that seat is Nabila Mansour. And then District 4, you've got the incumbent Carol McCutcheon against William Ferguson. These people are very, very important. I mean, see, at the moment, our mayor has got some yes people on there, with Mr. Gandhi and Miss Lane as just yes people, and then of course Mr. Porter, who's been a yes man there for a long, long time. And we need some people that are actually going to use their brains to help you. We've got a ticking time bomb, and it's going to go off very, very shortly. The ticking time bomb is our mobility. We have got mobility problems coming up that you just would not believe. And they're not all of our own making, although a lot of them are. The city works like an egg timer. You have, the big, and then it goes in and then it goes out. Well, the bit at the top is the council. That little bit in the middle there is our city manager, Mr. Alan Bogard. And then it goes out to the city and all the 700 odd people that work there. And so everything that happens has to go through Mr. Bogard. And he's been there for 25 years. When the city was a city of about 25,000 people. When I came here in '89, it was 25,000. So we've had an increase in population, unbelievable size. We're 120,000 now. And as I was saying, our mobility problems are not all of our own making. We have an area down the end of 6 called Sienna Plantation that has thousands and thousands of houses. And the only way, other than going up the little tollway that they've got, if they're going to work, is to come up and down 6. So you've got that problem. You've then got the problem of Richmond, that's build at the moment, where they're coming up and down there. You've got 90, where they're coming in from Pecan Grove, in and out, and back into Richmond again, where that side is build. So Sugarland is a little hub of vehicles coming in and out. And Mr. Bogard and Herr Zimmerman stuck their heads in the sand. Oh, we've got a problem. Well, we're going to put a mile of one extra lane on Highway 6. Yeah, that's really, really going to solve the problem. We need a mobility look at that is done by real professionals. We can see from the way they look after the traffic lights that they're playing games. They're little Lego guys sitting there getting paid big money for doing a terrible job. And we need to get it sorted out. And this is only going to get worse. You know, we've got Track 5 coming. Okay, we've got Texas Instruments down there at the moment. We've got Fleur coming over there with all their people that are going to chuck up the deal. You've then got a hotel there that they say is going to be 300 rooms, and a conference centre. We've got the Smart Centre. You know, that area alone, let alone anything else, can't take the volume of traffic at the moment. And it's going to clog up people living in Commonwealth and Avalon and along there. Forget it. If you aren't going to work at home, you're going to be in such bad shape. And what are they doing about it? Oh, we're going to put a little deal down Highway 6 that's going to fix it. Yeah. We haven't got an overpass in any of our future that could relieve it. We haven't got any room, basically, for extra lanes, etc., that can relieve it. What are we going to do? You know, Herr Zimmerman and Mr. Alan Bogard, they basically sat on their hands ever since they've been there and ignored the fact. You wouldn't believe the problems that we are going to have, or you're going to have, if you want to get in your car and go anywhere. And even if they started tomorrow, it's a 2, 3, 4, 5-year project to get anywhere near a mobility setup that works. It's an impossible situation at the moment that nobody is looking at. They're just taking it, we'll deal with it. They haven't dealt with it, and they're not going to deal with it. And you're going to be the people that are going to get the rear end of it. It's such a shame that we're in a situation where, we'd prefer to build festival parks for 21 million than to do what's right. The other thing that came up this week, and you can look at it on Sugarland Votes, and I will read this to you. This came from Diana Miller, and it says that Mayor of Sugarland won't speak to a community rally denouncing socialism. I wonder how the veterans and current military in our community feel about this. She says her father was disabled, a veteran, wounded in World War II. I will proudly show my patriotism. Seems Joe is only a friend to some. Looks like the Sugarland Votes page is quite busy. And you need to check it out. It's a very good page on Facebook. And so, here's Mr. Zimmerman. I wonder if he is a socialist and believes in killing babies after birth and the Green Deal and everything else that's got open borders. It would be interesting if we could actually get him to answer a question. But there you are. I'm sorry to go into those politics, but they're coming up. That's it this week, and with God's blessing, I'll see you next week. Stuck on the traffic.